First question, have you played much tennis in your life?
Well, I haven't played much tennis. I've tried it as a kid once in a while at the park with my uncle. We would come and try and hit some balls. Then I have two little ones, and we took them a couple times to go play, but I haven't had any formal training or got on a regular basis where I could actually really learn and pick up the sport.
Now, have you had tennis lessons? Like when you were a kid, did you have tennis lessons?
No, I've never had tennis lessons. I haven't had any, no formal training at all, just more coming out and having fun and picking up the racket, trying to swing and hit the ball.
So it's pretty obvious I've got a rank beginner here. I mean, we cannot get one ball in play from the service line. We try a little beyond, still have no luck at all. But she actually does better than most. Look, she turns sideways. She lays her racket head way back. And you can see she turns her racket face over trying to keep the ball in play. Obviously, her ways aren't working very well, even though she seems to be having some fun out there. So, and notice here she takes the ball right at her side. Okay. So we're going to get into this a little bit here so you can see what I see and how we can fix it quickly. First of all, we got to hit the ball in the right spot. That's number one. She really has no clue as to where to make contact with the ball for the best results. And then it'd be nice to fix up her stroke a little. So here we go.
So the first thing we want to talk about is the 45-degree angle. That's really important because that's where you hit the ball. When I say the 45-degree angle, I mean to the net. So if this is the net here, and this is a 90-degree angle, the 45 would be splitting the difference, right?
Okay.
Right, so when you hit the ball, rather than just taking your arm back, you just line up like this to the 45.
Okay.
That's right. And when you swing, you actually go from small to big. There's no real swinging at the ball. You actually go from small at the 45 to big at the 45. That's it. And that's where the swing is. Rather than having this big swing where so much can go wrong, you're on the ball, you're on the ball, you're on the ball, you're on the ball. So you're never off the ball. So what I'm going to do to help a little bit is I have a visual that'll help you. Actually lay it out on the court.
So there are the 45-degree angles laid out on the court. One for the forehand, one for the backhand. And basically you just split the tee right in the middle. It's very easy to find. So now our beginner here, all she's focused on is keeping her racket and her body lined up with this 45-degree angle. That's the only thing I've told her. And it makes a huge difference right away. And we go from having no rallies to the very, very first ball having over a 12-ball rally. So it slows her down and it gets her focused on the important parts of the stroke. I mean, look here. Look how small the backswing is now. Look at that compared to the way she started. Right? So she's much closer to the hit already. Look at her body lined up. And look how she reaches out now, trying to stretch on that 45-degree angle. And look before where she takes the ball, right to her side, very awkward. Once again, see that? She's reaching out to the 45. And look how that fixes her finish even. I mean, that's a pretty nice finish compared to before when she just turned over the face to try and keep the ball in the court. So just by trying to stay on the 45-degree angle throughout the stroke, it completely changes everything about her stroke. And she has satisfaction keeping the ball in play. And she actually looks pretty good. So we've been about 5-10 minutes into the lesson at this point, and you can see she has some nice habits she's building. And as we go on and hit, as you're seeing here, she gets more and more confident. See that? She starts to use her body a little, but still her focus is just stay on that 45-degree angle, stay on that line. So it completely changes the way she thinks out there and changes the way she plays. So let's take a look one more time here. Look at that. She actually looks like she has a pretty nice stroke. She's confident. She's not acting as goofy either because she's already feeling like a tennis player. So the 45-degree angle is so crucial to get your students or get yourself focused on that line. So as these two arrows remain her focus for the entire 20 minutes we're hitting here, you can see she gets more and more confident. And then we stretch from the forehand and we go back into the backhand, and the same focus applies. See, the first thing she does, she lines up her body. She doesn't over-rotate, overturn. And she just stretches into the 45-degree angle. And just this little bit of knowledge gives her so much confidence. She's actually now rallying about 10 minutes later. Look at that, just focused. See, she's lined up to the 45. She's waiting for a forehand, but at least you can see she's lined up to the 45, and she gets a pretty nice hit. This is a rank beginner who never even holds a racket hardly. So imagine how your students are going to do when they understand this 45-degree angle. It's absolutely a miracle when you know where to make contact.
It was incredible how much my control changed. I mean, from not even being able to get the ball into the court to where I could set the ball where I wanted to. I was very surprised that it could actually, just that little bit of adjustment and a little, like I said, effortless, I could get the ball more in the places that I wanted it to.